What's up, guys? Welcome to Parlay Power Hour for October 22nd, 2021. Will the Thrill, baby, Reed is here right now, joined us live from Miami, Florida, sunny Miami. William, how you doing? I'm not asking Grant how he's doing because I'm not happy with Grant right now.
Yeah, Tanner and Grant had some beef in pre-production, but I'm doing well. I was telling them earlier, it's a gloomy day in Miami. It was hard to wake up. Tanner was saying that it looked like I had a rough night last night. Last night was fine, but it was hard. It was hard to wake up this morning.
G Money, Mitchell, how you doing?
I'm doing very good, Tanner. We can put the past aside, even though I still hate you. It's nice to not hear Will talking like this. So glad he's back, and we've got good camera quality, no Wi-Fi issues today. So ready for a good show.
Today's a big day. Today's a big day in the sports world. We got NBA, Grant. I know you like NBA. Shooter's going to shoot. And then we got NHL, a little Bruins puck line action tonight. And then we don't have football. We don't have football tonight. We don't have NFL football. We have college football tonight. And we also have the biggest game in the world. The biggest, everyone from freaking Europe to Japan to China to Africa to the Middle East to Iraq, they're watching this game tonight. They're watching the Sox go to Houston and win with playoff Nate on the mound tonight. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit here. But this is the best hour of your day. And you know what? Let's talk about the Dodgers right now. I want to talk about the Dodgers and the Braves. Will, I'll start with you. Do the Dodgers win in 7 games?
Yes.
There you go. Thank you. Grant, did the Dodgers win 7 games?
They should.
That wasn't what the answer I was looking for. Listen, so Dodgers, Grant is a huge, so last night, I'll take you guys through what happened last night.
No. I'm jumping in. I'm tired of Tanner setting the narrative for all these stories he puts on. This is what happened. I said that the Braves were they were our risk-free bet at plus 188 on the money line. Tanner says, yeah, that's good. Go ahead and put that on there. We go live on the show. Tanner goes, you know what, Grant, I don't know why you picked this. The Dodgers going to win. They should blow them out of the field, honestly. Like, the series should be over. Completely backstabs me live on air. Like I'm Julius Caesar, and he's Brutus digging it in my back. And so what do the Braves do? They win the game. Tanner cancels Parlay Power Hour the next day, so I can't talk about it. And then he waits for the Dodgers to win a game so he can come back in here and talk like he's a genius. I'm not a Braves fan. I don't hate the Dodgers. I picked the Dodgers to go to the World Series. Tanner loves to fabricate these storylines to try to save his credibility because he's picked the Red Sox every day for 2 months straight.
Hey, you know what? The Boston Red Sox are undefeated at Fenway Park with me at the games. They're 4-0 with me at the games, Grant. So you know what? Suck it. Number 2 is, Grant, Braves and Dodgers is now personal. Braves and Dodgers isn't Braves versus Dodgers. It isn't Atlanta versus Los Angeles. It's Tanner Kern versus Grant Mitchell. That's what it is. And you know what? The Los Angeles Dodgers are on a plane flight across the country right now to Atlanta, the Truist Park, to whoop the asses of the Atlanta Braves, and they're going to do it. They're going to go Dodgers in 7, just like I called it, Grant. Just like I said it the whole time. That's credibility.
I called it too. I said the Dodgers are going to the World Series.
You're a Dodger hater.
You're lost. You're lost.
FanDuel. I didn't lose. Dodgers in 7, baby. Dodgers in 7. Red Sox in 7.
You might not have lost, but you are lost.
Playoff Nate tonight. All right, FanDuel, $1,000 risk-free bet, guys. Links in the description below. If you're not playing on FanDuel, I don't know what you're doing. It's the official sports book of Parlay Power. Our Parlay Power is the best show on the internet, so FanDuel is the best book on the internet. That's how it works. FanDuel, $1,000 risk-free bet. Let's start with Will because he hasn't said much here. Let's go with Will. All right, you got the Oilers and the Golden Knights, the over 6.5. That over he gave me in the Bruins-Flyers game. That was a lock. That was easy.
Yeah,
Jeremy Swayman couldn't say it.
Jeremy Swayman is Swiss cheese. But yeah, I'm going to stick with the over in this one also. The Oilers and Golden Knights, both of them have gone to 7 goals, I believe, in each of their matchups or each of their games so far this season. I don't know if you guys have been seeing Connor McDavid this season, but if there's an athlete that dominates the sport as well as he does I would just say he's the best athlete in the world. People don't give him enough credit because he plays hockey, but he is the best athlete in the world. He dominates the ice. He has 11 points in 4 games, I think. So he's on pace for 190 points in the season, whatever that is. But he had, I think, 3 points last night, 2 goals and assist. He's going to probably do that again tonight. He scored his 200th goal yesterday when he played the Coyotes in their victory, 5-2. The Golden Knights have had some struggling goaltenders in net. Robin Lehner has not been it so far this season. They're supposed to be one of the top teams in the Pacific Division, but they haven't been doing too hot lately. I think the Oilers are probably going to probably jump on them early in this game. The Oilers are 4-0 so far. The Golden Knights can keep up with their scoring, though, especially if Mark Stone comes back from injury. So I like this one to go over.
You know what? Big news. Me and Will will be starting a hockey podcast, and me and Grant will be starting a basketball podcast. So very exciting stuff coming up here in the coming months.
Tanner's so lazy. He only came up with one name for both of them. They're the same thing.
No, shoot. What is it? Shooter's going to shoot, right? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah.
Shooter's going to shoot hardwood edition. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot hardwood edition. Shoot your shot ice edition. That's what we're going with. It's going to be a brand. We're starting a brand. All right. I like this. I do like this, Grant. Do you have anything to say about the Oilers and the Golden Knights tonight?
I mean, yeah, this seems pretty straightforward. If you look at the recent trends, the Oilers are averaging just under 5 goals per game. You know, you only need 2 based on that logic from the Knights to cover this. I think this has a good chance.
Pucks on net, baby. Pucks on net all night. All right, Grant. You're picking against your team tonight. What's up with that?
I know, Tanner, an objective, rational fan who can set aside their bias to figure out what's a good bet. I know it's crazy. It's a foreign concept, right?
No. All right, let's go back to game. What was it? It was the game the Astros won. Game 4, was it? Yeah, game 4, I believe. I said the Astros were going to win that game. Just to let you know, Grant. I did.
And just to let you know, you picked the Red Sox on the money line on this show. So
no, he actually took the over.
I took the over because I was afraid.
Oh.
And guess what hit? Guess what hit, Grant? The over.
Right? Yeah, the ninth inning.
The ninth inning. Yeah.
Right. Well, the under didn't hit.
I'm taking the Suns here. They absolutely blew the Lakers off the floor in the preseason. They beat them in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs last year. You can say that was due to injuries to AD and LeBron, but you know it is what it is. The Suns are a much better team in terms of, you know, all the components fitting together, the role players, you know, they know their job. They've been assembled around this mold that Monty Williams has created out there. Whereas the Lakers are still trying to get their chemistry together. I mean, Russell Westbrook, if you look at the box score for his first game, you could say he had a terrible game. I personally wouldn't put it that way. He was very uninvolved in most of the sets. Frank Vogel was putting him out there with Rajon Rondo, which made no sense. And then, you know, when you have 3 stars on the team, normally it's the 3 start, one comes out, then the other one will come out. You let that one guy dominate. The first one who came out comes in on his own, let him dominate, and then you slowly bring him back in to finish the half and then rinse and repeat in the second half. Every time Westbrook played, it was with either LeBron or AD, who were both going to demand the ball and who have – you know, the system has been built around them. So I really don't like that you didn't let Westbrook get out there on his own and just kind of control the ball. I think they're going to try to change that tonight, but I also think that's a very big adjustment. And I don't think the offense is going to be able to keep up. And their defense has been really terrible against the 3. The Suns, they've got a lot of spot-up shooters that they use, you know, different types of actions to get them open. So I think that's going to be the kryptonite for the Lakers. I think they're going to lose again. I don't think it's panic time. I mean, LeBron's first year in Miami, the Heat went 18-17 to start the season, and then they ended up winning 2 out of the next 3 championships. So lost tonight, but a win for the season.
I mean, I guess, yeah, Suns in 4. I'm a Suns fan, so I like this bet. William,
I can slowly see Tanner just fading away as you were explaining that whole bet, which was very, very, very analytical. But I don't think he really cared about what you thought about Frank Vogel's coaching scheme in their first game.
I don't care about Frank Vogel. You know, I care about the freaking Boston Red Sox and playoff Nate tonight. That's what I care about. But I like this pick. I respect it. The listener should listen to this pick.
Well, yeah. Anytime Grant can set aside his bias towards his favorite team and his favorite player, I tend to want to go with him because I think he knows what he's talking about in basketball, and he probably knows what he's talking about with this bet.
Thank you, friends.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think Grant's a very good basketball bettor. Even though, what are you, 0-1 on the season betting basketball?
Yeah, but that was a fan bet. It was opening night. I've copped to that. I knew it was a fan bet.
All right. You didn't tell the people. You cheated the people, Grant, because you know why? People don't want the picks, Grant.
Yeah, well, the people need the picks.
They need the Boston Red Sox money line every night.
They need the people don't want the Boston Red Sox on the money line. The people need the Boston Red Sox on the money line. I wrote a little motivational piece yesterday. I'm going to read. I'm sure you guys saw it on my story. I posted on my story.
Free plug.
I'm going to read. At Tanner Kern, follow me. All right. There are more pitches to be thrown. There are more at bats to be had. The Red Sox are still here, and they're not going down without a fight. This year's team has epitomized a never-quit attitude, and considering what they have been through in 2021, winning 2 baseball games is a simple task. If you have tuned in this season, you know Boston is far from average. Nathan Eovaldi will pitch in Game 6. All bets are off in Game 7. Red Sox Nation, keep the faith because the season isn't over yet. That's why I have 3 tabs up right now preparing to buy a World Series ticket. 3 tabs because I believe in the Boston Red Sox. I believe in Playoff Nate. Okay, and everyone's, Playoff Nate's going to be tired. He was grunting. You could hear him grunting from freaking Houston and Connecticut, all right? You know what? I don't care. Playoff Nate's going to throw a gem tonight because that's what we expect from Playoff Nate. That's what he has done in the postseason his whole entire career. Playoff Nate delivers tonight, number 1. Number 2, we got to hit the baseball. We got to get an early lead. When we have won games in the series, what have we done? Got an early lead and put Houston away. We can't get a runner on third with 1 out and not get him, and we can't have a runner on second with 1 out and not get him in. The way we win this game is we capitalize on our opportunities, high leverage situations, we make Houston pay, and we keep them off the board. It's that simple. Playoff Nate's going to throw a gem tonight. I believe he goes 5-6 innings. Bullpen shuts the door. Adam Ottavino. We're going to Garrett Whitlock. It's going to be a good night for us. It's going to be a good night. And then you know what? All bets are off in Game 7. Anything can happen in Game 7. Grant, I know you hate me, and I know you hate the Boston Red Sox. I know you do. But I will say one thing. We win Game 6. Anything can happen in Game 7. Go Sox. The people don't need the Sox money line. The people don't need it.
Can you read the first 2 lines of that thing again?
Why? Is it grammatically incorrect, Grant?
No. Just read it. I want to hear it again.
There are more pitches to be thrown. There are more at-bats to be had.
All right, stop there. Why didn't you rhyme?
Yeah,
this is your opportunity. More pitches to be thrown. There are more at-bats to be had. The Red Sox will claim the throne. The Yankees wish they had. And you could have just kept going with it.
What the fuck do I look like? Dr. Seuss, man? Come on. I'm here to win a baseball game. I'm not here to rhyme. I'm not here for the children. Okay, I'm not here for the children to give them a little rhyming book to read. I'm here to win a baseball game. I'm all business today. I'm all business. 5 o'clock can't come soon enough.
I'm glad Grant picked that up because I was fully expecting a rhyme after.
That was pretty good though. Like honestly, that like words get me feeling some type of way. Like good thing. I mean, some people just plagiarize words, Grant, right? Like, you know what? That was my own. That was me. Words get me feeling some type of way. That was really good. Whether the Red Sox win or lose tonight, you know what? I'll have that piece forever. I'll have that paragraph in my heart forever until next season. By the way,
let me clarify. Tanner's not talking about me with the plagiarism thing.
No, I'm not talking about Grant. We're talking about some other people that we know. But you know what? Hey, go Red Sox. That's the bottom line. I'm still in this virtual waiting room on the Red Sox site. By the time I get the tickets, they're probably not going to be there. But you know what? I'm trying. Just like the boys are trying. Just like Xander's trying. Just like Rafi's trying. Just like Playoff Nate is locked in right now. He's probably got his beats on all day just listening to like freaking Pump Up Jam. He's listening to Shipping Up to Boston and Tessie all day on repeat. And Dancing on My Own. That's their song this year. They're ready to go. The boys are ready to go. The boys are buzzing just like the boys are buzzing on Parlay Power Hour here. We're going to win this game tonight. You got to believe. You got to keep the faith. Did anyone believe in 2004, Grant? No. No one believed.
Can I just give my thoughts?
Tanner, which version of Dancing on My Own?
It's the remix, the Tiesto remix or whatever. Okay. Yeah, not the regular one. It'd be crazy.
Listen, I'm going to interrupt Tanner's 5-minute soliloquy to talk about what I think. Normally, I would say that Nathan Eovaldi threw 0.2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 4 earned runs. He was horrendous when he came in relief.
There was a strike. There was a bad call. He would have been out of the inning, buddy.
Hey, I tried to give you that excuse the other day, and you said it's part of the game. Umps miss calls, so we're not. You already blew your chance to use it, so we're not using it. So normally I would say he was horrendous. Playoff Nate is dead. I mean, look what happened to Julio. I told you he came in for relief. He looked like trash. You're like, no, they're going to be fine. I said, no, the Braves are going to feast off of him, and that's what they did. But I'm not going to say that this time because I don't think this is a Playoff Nate thing. I think this is a Houston Astros thing. They are capable of going nuclear at any time. And I don't think it was because Playoff Nate was up there throwing bad pitches. You could have brought in anybody in the league, and I think they were going to have a game where they scored, 6-7 runs within 1 out. I just think that's what this team is. That's why they're in the World Series or on track to be in the World Series. So I think Playoff Nate is going to have a good game. It's just a matter of, how do the Astros respond on their end in the pitching matchup. I think it's going to be another game that comes down close to the end. And if it's 2-2, you can't let it finish 9-2 or whatever it was.
If it's 2-2, the Boston Red Sox will not win.
If it's 2-2 in the 7th or 8th inning, the Boston Red Sox will not win. Yes,
like they need more runs than that.
They need
Garrett. They need Garrett Richards in there.
Garrett Richards is like hurt right now. I miss G-Money. All right, so I will say one thing here. One thing. Baseball is a crapshoot, and if you're betting baseball, you got to know it's a crapshoot. Look at what Framber Valdez did in Game 1, right? Or was it Game 1 or Game 2? I think it was Game 1. Framber Valdez was not good in Game 1. He comes back the other night and he almost throws a perfect game. He's perfect through 5 innings. You don't know what's going to happen tonight. Playoff Nate could have it. That's the thing about baseball. It's not like football where I'm going to line up on the line of scrimmage. I'm going to physically beat up this guy against his will, right? You have control over that. A pitcher can't say, I'm going to throw this ball and they're not going to hit it, right? He can put it in the perfect spot, but they can still hit the baseball. So, who knows what's going to happen tonight. Listen, I'm a Red Sox fan. I've been riding or dying with them all season long. You think I'm going to stop now? You think the people are not going to get Red Sox money line today when they need the Red Sox on the money line? No, that's crazy. We got a comment in here. Comments are rolling in now. Gloria, hi guys. How you doing? Great.
Hi, Gloria. I'm doing very well. Yeah, screw you, Tanner. She asked how you doing, Tanner. So this is my moment in the sun.
Suns in 4. Touche.
Yeah, Suns in 4. Suns. What did I say? Suns money line minus 102. Put that in a parlay. I might try to make $1,000 off a $1 bet today. I'll keep you guys posted on that.
I'm going to do that too. I'm trying to do that too. That's my goal every day. Just 1,000 off of one. All right, Colts money line. It's got to hit at one point. It's got to hit. Colts money line.
Yeah, exactly. If you get 1 out of 1,000, you've made your money back.
Damn right. Colts money line plus 184 versus the 49ers. I think both these teams are just horrendous.
See, it would be easy to say that, but I don't think people will. I don't know if you're keyed up on this, but I don't think people have given Carson Wentz the proper respect that he is due. He has actually been very good in Indiana, and that's overshadowed by their record, which is 2-4. They lost their first 3 games of the season, but look at the teams they lost to. They lost to the Seahawks. They're not great, but it was it's the opening weekend, and you got to face Russell Wilson. They lost to the Rams. They lost by 1 score. They lost to the Titans, and they lost by 1 score to the Baltimore Ravens after they dominated the first 3 quarters. So, and that game went to overtime too. They won 31-3 last weekend, so they bounced back. Carson Wentz was actually named the Offensive Player of the Week for the AFC, and they're going against the 49ers, who both their quarterbacks are questionable. Trey Lance, there's a pretty good chance he's not going to play. He's got a sprained knee. And Jimmy Garoppolo is coming back. He's dealing with a calf issue. And a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo is a Jimmy Garoppolo waiting to get injured. No offense to the man, but he's already injured. So I don't have faith in him holding up for that long, probably not even for the whole game. And I don't even know who's listed as third on their depth chart. I don't think they have anybody. So they'd have to elevate some guy from the practice squad, get him to dress. And then on the defensive side, Javon Kinlaw is not going to be playing. Trent Williams isn't going to be playing, the highest graded offensive lineman in all of football this year. For plus 184, I think this is just insane value.
Yeah, I really like what you were saying about Carson Wentz. I've been pretty focused on a lot of their games because for some reason they like to play the Colts here in Miami on CBS. So a lot of the Colts games have been on TV, and I've been paying attention to them. As you mentioned, Carson Wentz and the Colts dominated the Ravens for about 30 minutes of that game, maybe even 42 minutes of that game until the end of the third quarter when Lamar Jackson turned it on against the Colts and led that comeback on Monday Night Football. But Carson Wentz has been pretty spectacular. Last week was against the Texans, so it is what it is there. But I really like this one, especially with all the injuries on the 49ers side.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. Money line. I'd probably rather take the Colts on the points. I will be taking the Colts on the points this weekend. I don't know if I'll go full money line with them, but good risk bet here for FanDuel. Roll Tide, Grant. Roll Tide. Eagles versus Raiders.
Why do you say Roll Tide?
It's just a way of life.
But you're not an Alabama fan.
Yes, I am. Eagles versus Raiders money line. Knock if you're with me now, boys. Knock if you're with me. Knock if you're with me.
Well, this was a Will spotted this one, so he should lead the discussion.
I mean, I love the Raiders money line without John Gruden. I think they're just as good without John Gruden as they are with John Gruden. So, William, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, this is more of not how good the Raiders are, but of how bad I think the Eagles are. I mean, the Raiders started off 3-0. What are their record now is 4-2. I'm not sure I haven't following closely, but their losses were against some pretty tough teams. They lost to the Chargers and some other good teams. But the Eagles are a bad team, and I don't care if you think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback or anything like that. Their defense is the only reason they have been winning really recently. Jalen Hurts, I think, scored 2 touchdowns last week, both on his feet. They don't really have anything going in the passing game because of the way he plays the quarterback position. So this is more of I think the Eagles are bad. The Raiders are just the better team, regardless of who's coaching.
Raiders -3, I believe. Last time I checked the line too, at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. So I kind of like that a lot. And you know what? The Eagles cover against the Bucs. That was a bull crap cover. It should never happened. Never happened.
Yeah, that was one of the worst covers I've ever seen. They were getting annihilated the whole game. Scored late when it didn't matter. Went for 2 for absolutely no reason, and that's been what they've done. You know, their offensive numbers don't look horrendous, but a lot of that is because they're scoring in garbage time when it doesn't matter. If you watch the Eagles play, aside from that first week against Atlanta, you know that their offense is really not that inspiring. And going against a quarterback in Derek Carr, he's not the same guy he was the first 3 weeks of the season when he was averaging 400 yards per game. But this offense still has a lot of explosive ability, and the Eagles just don't.
There we go. All right, final thoughts. We're at 21 minutes. William just makes the show go long. I don't know what it is. Maybe my Red Sox monologues. That could be it too. But we'll start with William. Give me your final thought for today.
Final thoughts. I want the Washington football team to win this weekend, but that's not going to happen against the best quarterback of this era, and Aaron Rodgers. So that's sad to see. The Capitals are 3-0-1. Another solid victory last night, 5-1. I'm going to continue riding their hot tail this weekend. Also, they got a 1 p.m. matchup tomorrow. So I would bet on that. I'm not sure what the line is. Sure, make Grant big. Sure. But Capitals money line tomorrow, no matter who they're playing, maybe even the puck line, and that's the final thought.
My final thought, Will, I'm going down a similar route. The Washington football team, absolutely do not trade for Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know why we're being involved in 3-team trade rumors. It's something about Deshaun Watson going to Miami. Tua comes up to Washington, and then I don't know. I assume we both give to Houston, but I don't want the guy here. The Washington, the reason we have stunk for so long is because we have not had a franchise quarterback in my entire lifetime. The closest thing to it was RG3, and maybe if he was a little more cautious, and maybe if he was in today's game where, you know, quarterbacks are more protected and coaches are more keyed up on how to let running quarterbacks succeed, maybe it would be a different story. But even when we were going 9-7, when we made the playoffs, where we lost to the Seahawks at home that one year, the first time he got injured, we all knew RG3 wasn't going to be the franchise quarterback. He was just kind of a fun in the sun here for a few years, and then we knew he was going to fade off. Tua has proven that he's not that guy. I mean, the Dolphins, they kept Ryan Fitzpatrick around, and they even had to start him and put him in late in games and bench Tua to bail them out. So that tells you what they thought of him. Obviously, now they're going for Deshaun Watson. That's an incredible upgrade. But is Tua Tagovailoa an upgrade over Taylor Heineke? The stats will tell you that he's not. And you're going to have to give him, at least the next 2 years, which I don't think are going to matter. He hasn't developed in his 2 years since he left Alabama, so I don't know why that would change here for a team that is severely underperforming right now. I think this is just a horrible deal for Washington. You keep your number 11 draft pick. You know, the way things are going, you're probably going to have a worse record because we shouldn't have won the game that we did win, or one of the 2 games we did win. I think you go in the draft. Right now, we're projected to get Malik Willis. I'm not completely sold. He's at Liberty. I'd like to see him play tougher competition, but you know what? He's got some of the physical tools to be at least exciting, and that's what this team needs.
Okay, Washington football. Hey, you know what you guys need? You need a name.
I was there on that sad day. RG3 tore his ACL on the terrible turf of FedEx Field, and when
Me too. I was there.
Everything went down the drain for the Washington football team.
Yeah, but no, they were the Redskins at that point, weren't they?
Well, yeah.
Hey.
You know what's funny, Grant? I'm just gonna say it. Like, I saw the Barstool video. Like, everyone wants the Redskins name. Like, and they actually interviewed someone of native descent, and they wanted the Redskins.
Well, yeah, the whole logo was made by Native Americans, and the name was given by Native Americans, but I guess Native Americans don't like it. So
no, this one Native American did, the one Barstool interviewed.
Yeah, but the consensus is that they don't like it.
Okay, fair.
I mean, do we want to get into a philosophical debate right now? I don't think we do.
No, we're already at 25 minutes. Me and Grant are already fought enough today, so we're gonna keep it off the Parlay Power Hour. My final thought is that me and Grant are still friends. Don't worry, and the Red Sox are still here, and they will always still be here, and they're not going anywhere. Not going anywhere, Grant. We just got to win 2 games. That's it. Simple stuff. 2 games.
It'd be very simple if they weren't going to lose tonight.
That's funny, Grant. That's really funny. We'll see what happens. 5:08 first pitch. So, yeah. FanDuel, $1,000 risk-free bet. No, Grant, not yet. This was.
I'm ready for it.
Thumb, one finger, one pinky. All love. That was Parlay Power Hour. Go Sox. We'll see you at the World Series.